All right. Everything is going all right. We have sound. Yes, we have a. I don't use this tie that often. Let's see that everything is going well. Everything is going well. Hello, welcome back, my Royal Rogues. My name is Jesus Enrique Rosas. I'm the Royal Rogue, and we're back on another live stream and a lovely evening. We're gonna be talking about what are we going to talk about today? Harry's paid for award. Oh my God, this wasn't supposed to appear this way, but Harry's security woes and King Charles' new portrait, among other topics. Let's see how much time do we got today. Remember that if you want to support my channel, all you need to do is to hit the like and subscribe button. It's that easy, free. It's less than 1 second clicking both buttons. Easy like that. This tie color is like is halfway between blue and green. It's quite green. I try to match my background to it. I think it's a bit off. I was a bit on in a rush to start today, but let's dive in. Let's dive in immediately because I want to want to start reading your comments. Jesus, you need a Prince William tie. I have a Prince William tie. I don't use it that often, but I will wear it tomorrow. Prince Harry to receive ESPN's Pat Tillman Award at 2024 ESPYs. ESPYs is standing for Excellence in Sports Performance Yearly. That's what ESPY stands for. And we know that sports performance, that is not that Harry does, but the Duke of Sussex will receive the award for his work making a positive impact for the veteran community. I find it a bit of a stretch, but it sounds like he's just trying to cash in the fact that he's the patron, sponsor, ambassador, whatever he wants to call it, of the Invictus Games. And given that, it gives him carte blanche to go for this kind of awards. I mean, I'm not saying that the award doesn't have his merit, because the award, for one, I want to say a couple of things first. That the event is going to be hosted by Serena Williams. We already know, we have seen the past couple lives of what is going on between them in terms of business, not much. And one additional tidbit that I wanted to share with you is that Sonda Rhimes, the legendary TV writer and producer, gets into business with Serena and Venus Williams, Tiger Woods, and she's an investor in Los Angeles Golf Club. It's a tech-infused golf league in Los Angeles. It's strange that Meghan, wanting to be, near the movers and shakers of the area, didn't get into that as well. I don't know. It would have been a good opportunity, not giving Meghan any ideas though. Harry will receive this award. It will be held in July 11 on ABC and will be hosted by tennis legend Serena Williams. The Tillman Award is given to a person with a strong connection to sports. I guess the Invictus Games fits the bill, who has served others in a way that echoes the legacy of the former NFL player and U.S. Army Ranger Pat Tillman. Tillman was a safety for the Arizona Cardinals, who enlisted in the U.S. Army after the 9/11 attacks. He was killed in Afghanistan in 2004 in a friendly fire incident. So, and in the comments, you could see in the comments that you can sign a petition to Harry not receive this award. I was finding out more about Pat Tillman. Let's see, had the in for, right? Pat Tillman. I understand that the main issue was that he was killed in friendly fire in Afghanistan, but his death was used as propaganda because the government, the military, concealed the real circumstances of his death and made it seem like he had died fighting the enemy, when in fact it was a big mistake. Like his team was divided in two, and sadly, in a miscommunication of the unit, they began to shoot each other, and well, he was killed right now. What happened? Why it's so relevant is that there was this huge campaign to demonstrate that his death was politicized, was used for propaganda, and it served to show those murky and shadowy sides of those interests of the government that are so delicate, in which you can use a life of a person just to push an agenda, to push your ideology or whatever. So it's like his life and his death served to expose that. After many years, we have pictures of him and his mother. I have an article of his mother. Pat Tillman's mother wants accountability for General Stanley McChrystal for cover-up of son's death. Nearly 20 years after Pat Tillman was killed by friendly fire in Afghanistan, his mother has not given up the fight for accountability for the cover-up. That is the word that I was looking for. Although Tillman had been killed by friendly fire, General Stanley McChrystal approved a Silver Star Award, for which the station said Tillman died under devastating enemy fire. Okay? It was basically to cover up the big mistake, whatever happened in terms of the operation. Okay? The accountability, what really happened. I remember that there's this book by Jocko Willink, and you can look on YouTube for Jocko Willink, and there's this narrative at the start of his book. The book is Extreme Ownership, and he talks about another operation, an operation like this that also went wrong. Luckily, nobody died in that operation, but he said that, well, taking accountability of this kind of things is paramount. Pat Wales, I stand with Catherine. As an American who supports our troops 100%, I'm highly offended that ESPN and the ESPYs are using the name of Pat Tillman to honor Prince Bunker Harry, who exemplifies the complete opposite of what Pat did. An insult to his memory. Shame on you. It's like, well, Pat Tillman couldn't have been more American. And if his life was, well, full of virtue, and now we have this IHT-12, the ESPYs, which stand for Excellence in Sports Performance Yearly. Excellence in Sports, and Captain Xbox. 4 seasons in the NFL before joining the Army. Pat Tillman and Harry will plays polo twice a year for charity. That's it. It's something that is the kind of things that makes you think, what is the difference between a well-earned award and something that you sometimes are paying for? Sadly, most of the time, we have no way of saying what kind of awards you can actually buy. It's like a star on the Walk of Fame in Los Angeles. You have to actually pay for your star. It doesn't matter if you are the biggest star in Hollywood. You have to pay for it. Of course, you have to be a legit star, but not because you are Will Smith or Tom Cruise or I don't know, Julia Roberts. Not because you are a household name, AAA star. you still have to pay for it. You don't pay, it doesn't matter how many Oscars you've got. It doesn't matter if you're Jodie Foster. You will not get the star until you pay. But so many awards are like this that makes you think. And I had also this. Last year, the award went to the Buffalo Bills training staff after they saved the life of Damar Hamlin, who suffered a cardiac arrest on the field only to make a miraculous return to the NFL. Manchester United and England star Marcus Rashford was given the Pat Tillman Award in 2021 after raising millions of dollars during the COVID-19 pandemic to help feed children. I mean, I understand that the Invictus Games is, if you take Harry out of the equation, the Invictus Games is something that is more than worthwhile. It's great, something just amazing. The opportunity of veterans to have this challenge together, to get this gather up in sports and competition together, and have that passion of sports. And every year, I think it's every year, right, in many cities around the world. But Harry, oh my God, that is the problem, and that is why so important your reputation, what the reputation that you earn. Yes, you can make mistakes every now and then. Nobody's perfect. That is one thing. But when someone has thrashed his family, when someone has, well, no clue about actual family values and principles, or when someone acts as a hypocrite, only starting from the eco-conscious thing. Although, have you noticed that Harry and Meghan? I don't know if I'm wrong with this. Have you noticed that Harry and Meghan haven't talked about the eco-conscious thing ever again? Yeah, they can't, because, well, it's not like they do much. Of course, you got Leo DiCaprio, who flies to all of these events of climate change with a private jet, in which that is the kind of things that we don't really understand. You could fly commercial, very comfortable, and you would set a precedent, like give an example. But Harry hasn't said much of that lately, so maybe he got the message. Hey, you better, that is not going to bring you the money you need to pay the bills at Montecito. So that could be one thing. But another different thing is to try to borrow this cloud. And, well, it was really, I thought I had okay, it was a bit like resurfacing those questions that we have about Harry's actual development in Afghanistan. And it's obvious that he was there, but what he did has always had this cloud of mystery that nobody really knew. Okay, I understand that for security reasons, maybe when he was there at the time, nothing should be revealed, right? For security reasons, that makes sense. But after he came home, and after so many years, you know that, you could just tell the story like it was, right? But the real story, we want the actual facts backed by your comrades. And it's so strange that Harry had friends at Eton, had friends, I don't know, which he went to Vegas and all the stuff, like Tom Inskip, for example. But which friends? What friends did Harry have in the military? I don't remember. I don't recall. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't recall him mentioning any friends in the military, like standing up for him, saying, "Oh yeah, Harry was there. I saw him doing such and such and such." It has been pretty much the opposite, a bit quietly, like what they say in the official media is not like the real deal. So it's strange. Because if you spend 10 years, 10 years in service, that's what they claim, and you have 2 years or 2 tours to Afghanistan, you can suppose that you can have, well, really close comrades there, because that is basically what they train you for. The training is not only the attention to detail and to, well, train you physically and mentally for whatever is going to happen, but train you to make you a band of brothers, okay, that you're going to cover their backs and they're going to cover yours. That's the idea behind the training. And if you ultimately go to deployment, you need all this, like having dotted all your I's and slash all your T's, because it's part of surviving and not screwing up. And yes, we know that things can get really bad in the front. So why aren't they more hard-earned friends standing up for Harry? Yes, he was my bro. We were fighting there. That is really that is suspicious. Suspicious to say the least. And I want to use this live stream. I want to use the live stream to send a challenge to Harry, because so many people claim that he was just playing Xbox. Bunker Harry was playing Xbox. I cannot be sure. But if that was the case, I challenge Prince Harry to a match, a live stream match of, I don't know how many matches. It could be 33 matches. 33 matches could be nice on Call of Duty Warzone, to see if he's a good player on Xbox or PC. I don't know. Choose your platform, Harry. I'm willing to go one-on-one, and let's solve this in the actual digital battlefield. At least to set the record straight about the Xbox thing. All right? Okay? It's fair. I will give Harry a 5-kill advantage. I will do that. But there's the challenge. I challenge Harry to a deathmatch on Call of Duty Warzone, live streamed, and all the proceeds of the advertising will go to veterans. Oh, that will be amazing. That will be amazing. Someone who should tell Harry this. I'm ready to unleash a can of whoop-ass on his ginger bones anytime. Oh yeah, some of you have said, but this is a bit unfair because Harry hasn't been in a bunker lately playing Xbox. Well, maybe there's a bunker in Montecito. Maybe Harry has a man cave where he plays with his PC or his Xbox, and he kills time like that way. You never know. But I'm willing. Could it be Call of Duty Warzone? Could be Fortnite? Could be PUBG? I don't care. Any game. I'm not bragging, but I can beat him in any FPS he wants. All right. Couple things I wanted to mention. He was criticized in a podcast, but I did not get the screenshot of the podcast. If you allow me just 1 second, maybe more than 1 second. I don't have that ability to do things instantly, but I know that he was criticized on one podcast. But I don't have, you see, if I can find it. Remember that he had, okay, right here, a lot of conversation about Pat Tillman's name. How could I do this? Let me see, try to do my magic here. If I just paste in here and then play, should appear. Yes, it worked. This. A lot of conversation about Pat Tillman's name, American hero. Now there is an award after him, as there should be in the sports world, because that is somebody who is the definition of selfless. I agree. Pat Tillman was the definition of selfless. It's going to Prince Harry, who I don't even think is a prince anymore. See, well, that wouldn't matter in the least. See, why does the ESPYs do this stuff? Pat McAfee never mentioned the Invictus Games while questioning this decision. Yes, the Invictus Games one thing, but another thing, very important, is the character of the person that you're sending the award. Everything that is, well, I would say that everything, without explanation, is about people. Words are about people. Gossip is about people. Awards are about people. And people are about stories. And stories are what makes our character. And the stories that we are the protagonist of, we are in constant evolution, building our character and showing that character to the world. Pat Tillman made sure he didn't care about, what kind of narrative I'm going to show to the world. No, he just went for it. He was selfless and he went for it. His name is in the award, and the award, even if Harry is tied to the Invictus Game, is going to the person. It's going to the person himself. Prince Harry. Or just Harry, as he claims that he likes to be called. It doesn't make sense. This is not about just awards or organizations or competitions. Because the Invictus Games is not just a logo. It's not just a competition. It's a meeting of people. People with stories. People with struggles. People with character, personalities, dreams, hopes, struggles, traumas, everything. That is what builds things. That is what builds like our community. That's like builds our favorite YouTube channels. Everything. You cannot just say, but he is tied to Invictus Games, like it washes away what has Harry been doing all these years. It's not like that. And that is exactly what they are trying to do. They are trying to just award wash Harry's reputation. He's been given this award. The Pat Tillman Award. Who has received this award? Has Harry had the impact of the other people that have received this? Has Harry had an actual impact? That is the question. It's just for him just go and showing up at the Invictus Games and that's it. Is he actually involved in the process, or is he just the public face of the Invictus Games? Because if he is just the public face, he doesn't even know how the public face works, because whatever he has done with his personal life and has leaked himself from his personal life. Imagine a person who has done, all that stuff with his memoirs, all that he has revealed. Well, that's tasteless stuff, unnecessary stuff that absolutely nobody needed besides his many therapists. Nobody needed that. And imagine that combined with a true selfless man. That just doesn't fit. And I want to close this topic to move on to the next mention in this. I found this absolutely beautiful. Westminster Abbey. Among the most poignant memorials in the Abbey is the grave of the unknown warrior. on Armed Force Day, discover the warriors' remarkable... Where's my water? I don't have my water here. Okay, that is my mistake. Don't have my water. I was too busy with my emerald green dye and I forgot my water. Whatever. I'm doing this live. Armed Force Day discovered the warrior's remarkable story and how in 1920 his body was brought from the battlefields of northern France to be buried among the kings. I found this just fascinating. Beneath this stone rests the body of a British warrior unknown by name or rank, brought from France to lie among the most illustrious of the land and buried here on Armistice Day, 11 November 1920, in the presence of His Majesty King George V, his ministers of state, the chiefs of his forces, and a vast concourse of the nation. Thus are commemorated the many multitudes who during the Great War of 1914 gave the most that man can give, life itself, for God, for king and country, for loved ones, home and empire, for the sacred cause of justice and the freedom of the world. They buried him among the kings because he had done good towards God and towards his house. This is the kind of things that, well, really vibrate. It says I should talk more about this. I love reading about wars. By the way, it's something I could have a channel talking about wars as well. All the stories, and I love stories. I will be writing more stories to my email list soon. But let's move on to our second topic. Keep on topic with Harry. Harry's security woes. I don't know if that is the way that word is spelled correctly, but I want to talk about a couple of things. Cameron Walker, he doesn't feel his family are safe in the UK. Perhaps that is the reason he isn't bringing Meghan and his family to the UK. Cameron Walker suspects Prince Harry's determination to protect his family is why they do not travel with him to the UK. This tweet is a bit odd. There was an intern. Which intern wrote this? This is it's not like I'm not a fan of Cameron Walker, but I'm sure that he didn't write this himself. But let's talk about this. London. I see these claims of Harry over and over again, that UK is secure, is safe, not safe for my family, and all that stuff. And there's a term that I want to share with you, which is terminally online. I always said that every social media is toxic. Perhaps YouTube is the less toxic of them all. I could be biased, but at the same time, you know that some people claim that YouTube is heavily censored. Oh, there's censorship. Yeah, but at the same time, they have this censorship, if you want to call it. It makes it like less toxic than other outlets, other social media. X or Twitter can be really toxic in its own way, especially politics. Instagram, is the bonfire of the vanities, the bonfire of narcissism. In my opinion, the most toxic social media ever. No, it's not TikTok. It's LinkedIn. I have a reason to say that, because when you're on X, you know that you're ready to deal with people that, well, are angry about everything. That's something that you expect. On Instagram, you expect all these ladies trying to thirst trap everyone. That is expected. It's something that you know is going to happen, right? And although you can configure Instagram's algorithm for art, and well, I've done that. I just watch cats and art, and works flawlessly. That's one thing. You can also do that on X. TikTok, you can also configure the algorithm, but LinkedIn is something that it's perhaps the most toxic because it's the most hypocritical of them all. But I'm talking about terminally online people. It's the people that get all their information and all their perspective of the world just from tweets or blogs or videos on Instagram or videos on TikTok, and they believe whatever they say about the cities. I'm going to talk about London, okay? In my opinion, one of the most beautiful cities in the world. I'm a bit biased towards Madrid, but London, all right? And I see all these reports that, oh, London is unsafe, you're gonna get stabbed and all that stuff. Okay, London is not the same city that it was 20 or 10 years ago. That is a given. All right, we're talking about the UK. But I think that what you see, especially on Twitter, is greatly exaggerated to the point of being anxiety-inducing. Yeah, it's like, no, I don't want to go there because I don't want to be stabbed. That doesn't work like that. It's like you need to have some common sense. And I want to tell a story about a city that, well, is actually, I don't have hard numbers, but Caracas. Caracas, the capital of Venezuela, I could say that it's not a safe city by any means. Nobody would say Caracas is safe. It's not one of the unsafest cities in Latin America, no. But, you need to be aware of your surroundings. I'm from Venezuela, but I am not from Caracas. I love going to Caracas. I found Caracas really nice, really charming. It was an atmosphere that I have never been able to describe, but I love the city. I love Caracas. I never lived in Caracas, just visited for leisure and business and events. And it's something that I never felt unsafe in Caracas. Maybe even at any time. I walk in Caracas at night at 8 or 9 o'clock, which is rather late when it's dark at night. You just need to know which areas you have to avoid. Please, this is not tourism advice. If you are in the UK or in the USA and you go to any travel agency and you say you want to go to Caracas, they're going to say, hey, well, your government will warn you against doing so. And it's understandable. You have to know the risks. But I never felt unsafe in Caracas. You just had to be aware of your surroundings, be aware of where is your wallet, okay? Keep your belongings inside at all times. If you hear a motorcycle, get inside the closest shop as soon as possible. Never happened to me. I lived in Venezuela for more than 30 decades. 30 decades, no, I would be like Highlander. Oh my God, I reveal myself. I am a Highlander. I was born in Scotland. 30 decades. No, 30 years. I lived in Venezuela more than 30 years. And I was never robbed or anything. Anywhere. Never. I mean, I could be, maybe I have this military ops mind in which I'm in any place and okay, there's the exit. Okay, this is a safe zone. Okay, this is a dead end. Okay, we are at a mall. What happens is if someone begins shooting. Yes, I have my couple moments and where I heard shotgun shots in public places. You just have to walk a little faster, maybe run, but nothing happened to me. So I think if you ask two different people are going to say Caracas is wonderful, is beautiful, there's nothing to worry about as long as you know where you're going. And others are going to say, well, no, this is too dangerous. People are robbed, people are killed. Yes, people are robbed and people are killed, but as long as you know where to be in the city at what times and with people around you, will be much less likely to suffer anything. And this is Caracas. What about London? I can understand that there are areas in London that could be dangerous. Someone was telling me, and that tweet I tweeted talk about Caracas, and someone said, oh, let me see, what's an area? Leighton, for example. Leighton, no, not too bad an area, but still quite a lot of crime. I don't know. I really don't know London that well. It's like in Caracas, say Petare. If you go to Petare, well, you know what you're getting into. I never got into that. And much less if they see a blanquito like me, it will be in danger. That's another thing. That's one thing that I had in all cases. I'm lying about that. I'm going to tell you something funny about Venezuela. We are all mixed race. We are all biracial. That's something that I have told you many times. We are a mix between the white Europeans, the blacks from Africa, the local Indians, we could say, Aboriginal. And we all have all this, we are all mixed up, and it's natural to see people of every single color and type in every single class of the country. That is perfectly normal there. So, well, maybe I was not, maybe I look too European to survive in Petare, so I never visited Petare, but that is the kind of things that I'm telling you. If you don't want to get shot or assaulted, you know the areas that you're gonna visit. So this is like in defense of London, and to be wary about what you see in social media. Social media is not real life. I mean, again, I'm not saying that you're gonna go to London and be happy and do whatever you want because, well, the Royal Road told me that London is perfectly safe. I am not saying that. It's like New York City. I haven't traveled to New York like in what? It's in like, wow, it's like 10 years, something like that. It was like 1 decade ago. It's truly amazing. I understand that it's different now, but at the same time, it's like you have to be realistic about things. You're always going to see the worst of the worst in social media. That's why I always suggest to be wary of what are you filling your mind with. And I wanted to talk about this topic because it's this punk, the spike punk. It has tried to like have this campaign saying that the UK is unsafe for his family. Are you going to bring your family to the tube, pal? Mate? No. He's not gonna bring Meghan to the tube. I would go as far as to say that Meghan never rode the tube in her life. Maybe he did when she was a teenager and she took that picture at Buckingham Palace. Maybe back then she was not that, oh, I'm a princess stuff. Maybe she rode the tube back then. But when she was working in Suits and that era, of the Suits era that she visited London, the tube. Oh, no, please. What is that? So all this security stuff, all this stuff. Harry, who are you trying to fool with that? I need a picture of Harry. It's this picture of Harry. Harry, who are you trying to fool? You're going to have private transportation from the tarmac to the hotel. Oh, you don't like hotels. You want to stay at a castle. Castle. You have to stay at Windsor. Whatever. You're not going to go to Covent Garden by yourself. No, not because you're going to be stabbed. No, because you're going to get booed. And people are going to take their mobile phones and they will film and record everyone booing you and your wife. That's, I understand. That's why Harry doesn't want to come to the UK. And that's normal. I wouldn't like it. If people hated me, I wouldn't go to a convention of people that hate the royal rogue. I'm going to show up. That would be nice. No, that would be stupid. But Harry did that. Harry did that himself. He said, I'm going to make the UK hate me. You got it. You got it, mate. There's no other reason he doesn't want to come to the UK. I have a question. How is it possible that people see William and also Catherine, maybe Catherine not at the moment, but all the recollections that you can bump into William in, of course, the safe parts of London? That has to mean one thing, right? That people are respectful, that you can still, do these kind of things. Maybe I'm pushing too far with this, but I'm trying to make a point that, fear-mongering is something that can just paralyze you. I don't like it. I don't like it because in many ways that is a downward spiral, and you begin to fear, oh my God, I don't want to come out. I don't want to. Maybe you say, oh, I wanted to go to travel to London. I want to know London. Maybe you have never traveled to London. You want to know it, but you see all these crazy reports online that the crime is soaring, that you're going to do your watch taken, you're going to get stabbed and all this. And you have to be realistic about one thing. That happens in every city in the world. Again, London is not the same as 10 years ago, not the same as 20 years ago, that's for sure. But street smarts can get you a long way. And if you have the opportunity, I think traveling is one of the things that you should always be considering. Something that, I don't know, it's like freshens up the mind and the spirit. Just knowing other people, getting to know other people, getting to interact with other people. Some of you have asked, by the way, that I used to have Sapiens from Yuval Noah Harari on my library back there. I removed that book because I found out that Yuval Noah Harari had some stances and some opinions that I completely disagreed with. So at some point I said I will not be like having this free advertising of a book of a person who I disagree fundamentally in things that go against my own values. And one of them, maybe one of the lightest ones, was that Yuval Noah Harari said that I'm trying to quote him, there's no point in traveling. And I said, what? Yeah, because you don't need to travel, because whatever you're going to see when traveling, you can find it books on the internet. Why aren't you going to travel? And I say, this is you know that he's with the group of people that wants to, you will own nothing and you will be happy. eats the bugs. You know, that kind of people. You know that he's with that team. And I'm entering a disturbing territory because you know which other people are with that team. But, well, there was this affirmation that traveling is nonsense. And that is a problem. He says that whatever you're going to see, like buildings or museums or train stations, oh, you can see that online. You can see that in books. You can learn about the history of other cities in books more efficiently than going there. You have to board a plane. You have to stay in line. You have to go to the hotel, then go to the place and buy a ticket. And I'm going to tell you one thing. I fundamentally disagree with that. And of course, you don't have to travel, I don't know, like 5,000 miles to land far away. Sometimes just traveling to a different city in your country, traveling to a neighboring country. Just that is something that helps you clear up the mind. Just a road trip will help. If you have the opportunity, it's nice to know other cities, meet other people, talk to them, like learn. Like actually, that is something that is actually hard for me. Like, talk to every Uber driver, every taxi driver. No, I'm usually very quiet on that. I do my best. That's something that I had to do. I actually invest energy in that. But that is important because that's how you really experience a city. It's not just watching a screen. It's not just oh yes, I already know that architecture. No, but you have to touch it. You have to smell it. You have to hear it. It's not the same. It's not the same seeing the Sacré-Cœur Cathedral in Paris on a screen or on a book, that going there. That was one of the greatest experiences in my life as an artist, being in Montmartre, being there and being in the stairs of, I can remember that. It was also the first time that it was the second time that I was to Paris. It was the first time that I was at the Cathedral Sacré-Cœur, the Sacred Heart, and at Montmartre. And I will not forget that it was like being in some sort of paradise for me. It had magnificent architecture. It was sunset. There was a guy with a guitar singing. People were sitting on the staircases. We could see the whole city. The lighting was perfect. It's something that you have to be there and breathe that air. Something that it's so necessary sometimes, and we can get in a route, and a route is comfortable. It's nice. Oh, this is my route. I can do this every day, and I like this. Maybe you like your route, you don't like your route, but that nonsense of not traveling, or that nonsense of being fearful of whatever is going to happen to you in London or Caracas for that matter, you're gonna end up doing nothing. You have to take risks responsibly. You have to go for it. That is my opinion. I wanted to talk about that because I see all this fear-mongering not only on Harry's side. I know that you're not gonna pay attention to Harry's whining, but you might be afraid of all that you hear and read online. Try to be wary of that. Be very mindful of what you let into your mind. Let's talk about King Charles' new portrait. Let's talk about King Charles' new portrait. This is a photo. A new photo was published today, and I really like it. Finally, Oh my God, you're gonna say the Royal Rogue is gonna be at it again. He's gonna destroy the photo for some unknown and hidden reason that we cannot understand. But no, I like this. And you might say, but he is facing to the left and you don't like a model facing to the left. Yeah, but one thing, the most important, the facial expression, the king's facial expression was perfect. I think it depicts his character, his personality to a T. That have no 100%. That is one of the hardest things to get with a photograph. Capturing that moment. Of course, you have to take many pictures and select the one who the face has that expression that conveys the person themselves. You know that we have a dedicated area in our brain that detects faces, not only detects that there is a face, but also detects an expression, and of course recognizes faces. And we have this extremely dedicated area of our brain to read a face instantly in less than 1/10 of a second. And this is why, the posture, the facial expression, I want to say that I need a chair like this. I don't know. You cannot get this at IKEA, right? No, it would be a bit of a hassle to arm this, to, how do you say that, to assemble this. This is not an IKEA chair. You know that chairs, those chairs that have this Swedish names. No, but that green with the gold, I would get one of those for me. I would get one of those for me. And the lighting, just perfect. Use natural lighting from the window, has right to his to his right, to the left of the screen. The poster is nice. He is resting his arms on the chair, and at the same time he is upright. And the head has just a slight tilt, a very slight tilt. You know that if he tilted his head too much, it will signal weakness. But in this case, I have no complaints. This is a better picture to see. Nice portrait, not demonic. Yeah, has not a lot of red of that painting that was unveiled, and we said that what is this? What is this? Oh my God, we're a bit late. I am going to read your super chats, and I want to highlight. Let me see which image I'm going to highlight. I'm going to be biased. I'm going to highlight Caracas. Why not? Caracas. You can be, well, if you. It is my experience as Venezuelan. I love my country. I love many countries in Latin America, but you need street smarts. You need street smarts always. Oh, Georgina, thank you. Just a little something for you, Your Royal Rogue Highness. Thank you. Much love and bliss. Thank you, Georgina. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. Your Royal Rogue Highness. That sounds nice. I like it. Selena Hopkins. It really diminishes the award to allow Harry to buy it. Yeah, it is not that Harry is lifted to the level of the award. No, it's that the award is diminished, as Selena says, to the level of Harry. Not a good look. I don't think that is something that Pat Tillman's family would like. Amanda MC, super chat. Thank you for keeping me company while making empanadas. Oh my God. So long that the last time I ate a proper empanada. You know what I miss from Venezuela? You know what I miss from Venezuela? The los perros calientes y los pepitos. The hot dogs and the pepitos. Yeah, the hot dogs. The other day, I realized what was maybe I don't know if we have enough time. 3 minutes. I'm gonna tell you what is the difference between the Venezuelan hot dogs and the rest of the world. Salty Dog, happy Saturday. Thanks, Jesus. My pleasure. This is my pleasure to be here. I'm gonna talk about Venezuelan hot dogs and why they are unique and why, since I left my country, I have never been able to have a proper hot dog. And one thing that has the Venezuelan hot dogs is that they spend around 2 hours in this steam bath. And when they prepare the hot dog, the bread of the hot dog is not that the usual bread of hot dogs in other countries, in which the whole hot dog has this golden texture, like it has been baked all over. No, it's like the Venezuelan hot dog bread is like naked on the sides, so it absorbs all that steam, and when you get it is like fluffy, right? It's like almost like the consistency of cotton candy, the bread of the hot dog. Just from that is the single difference with I don't know why it's such a big deal, but it is a big deal. That is a proper hot dog. Nowhere, anywhere in the world, and the problem is the bread. Sorry, I was born in September. Some of you already know it. I'm just like that. I'm that kind of guy. Salita Cantrill, thank you, Salita, for your super sticker. Oh my God. Royal Rogue Highness merch, says Lizzie B. Royal Rogue Highness. Maybe at some point. I already went overboard with the Royal Rogue in a kilt. That was a bit too much. Maybe at some point, I have a couple ideas for merch, but at some point I will think about that. This is the kind of things that I'm telling you, that's why these lives are so fun. Sometimes I digress, but that digress helps me talk about points that are important and are related, maybe indirectly, to whatever the royals and non-royals are doing. Especially all that fear-mongering, the security, and all the stuff. I don't feel secure. My family. I need constant protection. IPP status. Gracias, Jesús. Ahora quiero un hot dog. Yeah. You know that I love food. This is one of my things. And in Venezuela, I used to eat 1 or 2 hot dogs while I was waiting for the pepito. The pepito is just a mutant hot dog, like this size. Maybe this size. This was the small one. This huge bread with shredded meat, or it's more like minced meat with bacon, with onion, with cheese, garlic sauce, everything. What are the ingredients? Yes, those are the ingredients. It has everything that you could imagine. You see, any of your comments? We have time for coleslaw. I think they call repollo. Repollo English coleslaw. I don't remember correctly, but yeah, it was absolute must. I miss hallacas. Oh my God. I would need like 30 minutes to explain what an hallaca is back in the day. Yeah. But where are you? I think we can, well, making hallacas is, it could be a bit difficult in some countries. All right. Oh my God. We have 30 seconds. 30 seconds. All right. I totally love you and your kilt. I just thought of that the other day, actually. You're a mind reader too. Yes, I read minds. I have that ability, born again believer. Thank you. Well, my Royal Rogues. My name is Jesus Enrique Rosas. I'm the Royal Rogue. And until we meet on another video or another live. Remember the most important words. Much love and please take care because I love every single one of you. Bye-bye.